I want to know, what was her most stressful shift? Do you have one that pops to mind?
Surely there'd be a few.
There would be a few, but one that really pops to mind as soon as I said that.
Like your nightmare.
Yeah, like maybe you were just having a bad day.
What's your sleep paralysis demon?
Maybe you're having a bad day. You go into work and it's like, oh wow, you know.
To be honest, I don't think there's ever been one particular shift. I think there's too many to count, but it's more moments, I think, for me. Mm-hmm. Just ratios is a big one. Like coming into work when you have especially new staff, where like our new grads that come into our system and everything like that. God love you, new grads. You do so well, especially in this last couple of years, because coming into a nursing environment is bloody terrifying.
Yeah, it would be. You've
just finished uni. You don't really know what you're doing. You're thinking, holy shit, I just want to get through my shift without killing anyone. But they're just being thrown into the deep end.
And that's even during uni as well, aren't they? Like, throwing them straight there.
So I think I can remember a shift where I had 5 patients and I was with a new grad and it was her first week.
Yep.
3rd or 4th day on the job. Usually when they come and start, they get a couple of days or weeks supernumerary, which means that they kind of have a buddy. So
just help them out and show them the ropes and stuff.
But it was like, sorry, we don't have the staff for that, so off you go.
On your own.
And
don't put that catheter in that end.
And it just becomes really stressful when you have patients who, you've got a palliative patient that's dying, that's family are coming up to you and asking questions all the time, which is totally understandable, but you don't have the moment to be there to do that.
Yeah.
You've got medications that are due, you've got patients crashing because their blood pressure is well and truly through the roof and you're worried they're going to stroke out. So I've definitely had a day like that. And then you have other times where poor little patients are very confused and they're screaming and screaming and screaming, and you're like, it feels like the building is burning. And I'm just going to go down with it.
I'm sure you would have some of those scenarios where it's not your fault, it's not the patient's fault, but tensions are high and sometimes words are said.
Exactly.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Like I love the people that I work with. I mean, you always get people that you clash with personality-wise, but it does become difficult when you're in a high-pressure environment and you've got all these things going on and communication gets lost, and, when you're stressed, you get a bit shitty. And I know that I've been a bit shitty sometimes, and sometimes you say things you don't mean. Or it comes out the wrong way, and then you think, oh, God, that's not going to really help anyone, is it?
And vice versa when you're in pain too. Like,
exactly.
Like some people are bad people, but some people are just good people in pain. Like,
Absolutely. I've had patients absolutely tear me to freaking shreds.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they just do that and they don't say sorry because they're an asshole, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But other patients do, you come back a couple of hours later and they're like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. And that doesn't bother me.
Like, you understand that it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's water off a duck's back.
Yeah, exactly. I've been called all sorts of things. Doesn't really bother me now.
Water off a pelican's back.
Pelicans back.